Welcome into the Jordy Culotta Show. Wave your hand out there, baby!
Shout out to the show.
She puts the pinky into the nostril. Man, look at that.
Healthy competition, there's nothing like it.
Y'all grow up. The line's wrapped around the stadium. Different strengths. I just lost a tooth.
It's going to be fun.
You know, we might have a story.
I love what you're doing.
Ogeron wants to take us fishing this afternoon.
Sharif, you play for the bad boys of the SEC, man. We don't apologize to anybody.
A lot of people are saying you're going to be wearing number 7.
I don't really know. I want to.
He look crazy, Bill. Good feet on the old man.
This is some back. I love.
We'll be right back with the Jordy Culotta Show. Welcome into a Friday edition of the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet. Live here, just like we are every single day.
That was unbelievable.
Make sure to hit the like, share, comment button as it is Bama Friday for you here.
You can't tell.
We are close to game week, close to game time.
Think about the kids.
And it is good to be with you here on this Friday morning. Make sure to hit that like button, share button, comment button. Got a lot to get to. Nathan Velasquez is going to be here at 8:45, at 8:30 this morning. We got Foodie Friday in the second hour as well. Ben Mintz is supposed to be waking up. I think he's still celebrating the news from Portnoy that he is moving back down to New Orleans.
Did he live there ever before?
I think he lived there for a little bit, but not like not professionally. I think he was like on like the poker tour when he was 30.
He's going to be wild in New Orleans.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's been talking about it so much and like wanting it to happen. I think like the news of it happening was like he's still like shocked.
Yeah.
You know? Like he's like, I don't think he ever thought it was going to happen.
Nothing like a shocked Mincy.
Yeah.
Get you
Shocker
hired.
for him. Speaking of shockers, Baton Rouge, LSU, Tiger Stadium, Saturday night. Alabama's in town. We'll talk all about it coming up here on the Jordy Culotta Show. I don't know how many more angles we can dive into this game, but I guess we will. Peter Burns of the SEC Network. I talked to him this morning. He is posting up in Tiger. They're doing their show from Tiger Stadium this morning on the SEC Network. And you can start to feel it, man. I think that we've talked about it even through the bye and now here during game week. Thursdays and Fridays around big games, you can feel it in Baton Rouge, and you can definitely feel this one building up here in around campus because I was moving around a little bit over there yesterday, and you could start to see some people dumping into town. The hotels, you can start to see and feel them starting to pick up. Traffic around town, you can start to feel the buzz and the energy of just Baton Rouge during a big game weekend. And I expect tomorrow to be one of the great environments that our city has to offer, right? I mean, there's only a couple of days a year that Baton Rouge is able to show off, especially now into the shithole that it's turned into. But I mean, really, you can't go anywhere in this town.
It is one of the best.
It is a total dump. I mean, the city is, but I mean, there's nothing to show off from the city standpoint other than a couple of Saturdays in the fall, and really specifically this one. I thought that the Tennessee game was going to be an enormous Saturday because I thought the game was going to be played, 2:30, 6:30 at night, 7 o'clock at night game. It would give you all this energy of building up, throughout the day and throughout the week. And it just didn't play out like that, right? It turned into an 11 a.m. game. The game sucked from the start. The balloon was popped very early on that Tennessee Saturday. Tomorrow, it all really lines up, right? And LSU Alabama has always been that game that with like St. Patrick's Day in the spring, early spring, that Baton Rouge feels like, everything's good. It's kind of like a fantasy land around the city because everybody's moving around, everybody's together, everybody's celebrating. There doesn't seem to be, crime. It doesn't seem to be, just all the thing that's plaguing the city. It's an opportunity to really show off and have, good spirited fun. Tomorrow seems like it is lining up to be one of those days where I guess the weather is going to be good. You know what I mean? Like it looks like
they say the rain's going to stop by like around lunch or after. So
right, like the rain's supposed to be in early on, which is going to clear up to be a beautiful afternoon and a beautiful evening in Tiger Stadium. So everything seems to be kind of lining up for a great day, and one that we routinely talk about every year and point towards. For LSU, Alabama is kind of the one Saturday in this, in this matchup, especially around Baton Rouge, where everybody seems to go to this game, right? Maybe your tickets you gave them away for the Tennessee game. Maybe you gave up going to an opportunity to go to the Ole Miss game because you had something going on with kids games or family stuff, or you were traveling or whatever it may be. Everybody that I talk to, everybody that we socialize with, usually makes this game a must-see and must-go event on their social calendar around here. Right? It's always built around the LSU Alabama game. And this particular matchup has a little bit more juice to it on LSU side because of Brian Kelly. And what I've loved about Brian Kelly in the buildup of this game and him taking the job in year one is that since he's taken the gig, he's kind of said that it's a little bit about it is kind of jumping into the SEC and going up against Saban and playing in this game. And for a guy like Kelly who has the resume he does in football, has the experiences that he's gone through in the 35 years that he's been coaching the sport, to still be amped up about an opportunity to play a program, an opponent, a peer in a game is it's got good vibes to it from the LSU side, at least from my point of view. I think that the way that Kelly has embraced this game, right, about where it's not the Super Bowl, it's not the biggest game on the schedule, or at least from how he's talking about it, but it's something that he's looked forward to. And it's something that he says publicly, this is why I came to LSU. This is one of the reasons why I came here, to play in the SEC, to play against Nick Saban, to play against Alabama in the regular season with so much on the line. And in year one of this matchup, there's an enormous amount on the line, which is kind of crazy to think about. I was just doing a hit on a podcast, and they were asking about Kelly and, where he his progress is in year one, if you would give him a grade. And, I think grade up to this point is a solid B+ because of, everything that you wanted to see going into the year. You're seeing where, you got development, you've got buy-in, you've got recruiting, you've got all the things that look like the future is secure, right? But in year one, you're a contender, or at least, as Kelly says, October is for pretenders and November is for contenders. And you'll find out on the first Saturday in November whether or not LSU is for real.
I like that. I've never heard that. Is that a thing?
Mm-hmm.
October is for pretenders, November is for contenders?
Yeah, in college football, that's where you kind of separate yourself,
I like
right?
it.
The real teams, there's a lot of teams that look good in October.
Like Ole Miss.
Ole Miss would be a great example, right? And to play the other side of it, think about what LSU looked like in September.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Where
Yeah.
you were thinking this team is a pretender.
Yeah.
right? I mean, there's no way they can work themselves into a contender, and now here they are on November 5th with
Top
a chance to
Top 10.
play for the SEC West.
10. I give it a 10.
Top 10. And it's
Yeah.
everywhere.
Don't tell Joe
Like this
Clark that.
matchup, because it's a top 10 matchup. I feel like it's all over the place.
Man, it's all about the TV
It's
ratings.
exciting.
Top 10 LSU Bama matchup. Everybody's gonna watch that.
I mean,
I
that's
bet the money-
LSU
I
was
bet the money
15. They'd
line
be like,
yesterday.
we can watch it, but LSU top 10 is like, all right. Now
Yeah,
we
is
gotta
LSU
watch.
back?
now you have to watch it.
That has to be the national narrative, right? Like, is
It
LSU
is.
back? You know, because they haven't watched every game as intently as we have. Like, oh, LSU's top 10. You go down the list, like, oh, they got smashed by Tennessee. But then I feel like everybody saw the Florida State game.
Yes.
Just after it came out, just because of standalone game on a Sunday, and then the way that it would just ended was
Ew.
like a highlight worthy. And that's when you get the Brian Kelly narrative of, oh, the job, LSU, whatever, because the national media couldn't wait to do that. But when you go back and look at LSU and you look at their record, you're like, huh, okay.
know.
Alabama is maybe a down year. They've lost to Tennessee. See the intrigue? Like, you can see it nationally with people that are going to want to tune in.
Well, yeah, it was Headline Sports Center this morning.
Yeah, especially after Tennessee, Georgia is 2:30, and you're probably going to still want to you want to feel that high again.
I
So
bet
go
that money
watch
line, too.
Alabama, LSU. Yeah.
Tennessee and LSU.
Well, and
Haven't
this
bet
is-
since Mississippi State
Did you parlay them or do them separately?
separately.
We'll parlay them. We'll put them together.
And this is the game, really that a demographic of college football fans fell in love with the sport over. You know what I mean? I mean, this game for 8 years to a decade was the centerpiece of this weekend.
Scout's dream.
What's that?
A Scout's dream.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a pro scouts absolute dream, man. I mean, they've probably been around this game for 2 weeks. Like diving in and spending time with both programs and just leading up to it. And then you'll have, I would venture to say this. I don't know this for sure, but I mean, I know that this has been, over the years, this has been routine where every NFL team is represented at this game from a scouting standpoint. I mean, just trying to get in and see this thing up close. We talked to Jim Nagy last week, who's the executive director of the Senior Bowl, and he was 18 years he spent as an NFL scout before he took that gig, and he worked for some of the great, programs in the NFL, some of the great franchises in the league, and he would emphasize how much they put on that LSU Bama game, just because of you knew you were getting top end talent, you knew you were getting high end competition, you knew you were getting good coaching, you knew you were getting dominant players. And when you look at the field this season, like we said, I mean, both teams have top 10 picks projected on both sides of the ball. Will Anderson and Bryce Young might go 1-2 in the draft. And then there's talk that Kayshawn could still play himself. I mean, right now he's 15th on the big board of Kuiper's big board. And B.J. Ojolari is skyrocketing up draft boards. So he could potentially be a top 10 pick. So as much as we're talking about this Alabama-LSU game not having as much, it still has it, but as much juice to the roster as it usually does, there's still, there's still pros all over the place. And not as much from Bama's side, because, Alabama, while they don't have that big game wide receiver, that big game breaking wide receiver, they still got pros all over the place on both sides of the ball, on lines of scrimmage, at key spots, right? So, I think that LSU's roster still has some work to do. I thought that Brian Kelly talked about that earlier this week. That was interesting, when he was asked, kind of to talk about what you were saying. If LSU wins this game, does that mean that they are back? I don't believe that. I don't believe that if they win on Saturday that we should expect national championships out of Brian Kelly immediately. Because as Kelly said, as much as this program is going to be not necessarily rebuilt, but, put back together through freshman classes and through recruiting, you still have to dive into the transfer portal and pick up some key key positions because the depth that you need to become a consistent contender in college football, LSU just doesn't have it yet, right? But they are in the process of building that. Like DJ Chester, the 4-star offensive lineman, yesterday committed to LSU. That's another sign of all of the positive things that are happening to secure the future of the program. But in the meantime, there's still some areas, defensive back, linebacker. Defensive line's going to have an enormous turnover this year, where you might have to dive into the portal and see if you can't, get somebody that can step in and immediately help you. Greg Brooks, Joe Fouché, Major Burns. They're still going to have to have that type of plan to get back to that status for LSU, win or lose on Saturday. So if LSU wins, it catapults them further along in, as Kelly always refers to, the process than it would be if they were to lose. Not to say that the loss would cut their legs out from under them, but if you win this game, that's a huge momentum bounce that you get, going into the back end of the year, going into recruiting. Don't undervalue how many recruits will be here in person this weekend, both 2023 and 2024 guys that are going to be on the sideline. Everybody that's anybody in recruiting wants to be at this game, right? Now, I'm sure there's a lot of Tennessee, Georgia allure that people want to be at that game as well, but there's a lot of people like the number one cornerback in the country, Desmond Ricks, that's going to be on LSU's sideline come Saturday night. And announced yesterday he's going to make his commitment on December 23rd, and he's down to Alabama, Florida, and LSU's getting the last official visit. That usually means good things. It's tough. It's tough to forget the last thing you saw. He'll go to Florida, he'll go to Alabama, then he'll come to LSU. Everybody's going to roll the red carpet out for him. And LSU is going to have the last thing that he remembers, the last chance to sweep him off his feet. But you could really close it all down this weekend if you go out there and Tiger Stadium is what we all expect it to be. Then you win the game and it turns into, a 48-hour party.
Yeah, I have to be a part of this.
Right. So, it's here, man.
I've never been so excited for an LSU Alabama game.
Really?
In my life.
What's your experiences
Really?
with LSU Alabama?
Well,
Do you have
my history. That's what I mean by that.
what in the sense of
Not being that excited about LSU games,
That's what I'm saying.
growing up.
Have you ever been, since living here in Baton Rouge? Have you ever been excited for a game?
Oh yeah. This season more than any.
No, before this.
Last season.
LSU Bama?
I've gone to all the games. So, yeah, I love watching SEC football. But, y'all know where my loyalties lied.
Lied.
Yeah, it sounds like a lie.
I am excited, though, about this game. I'm super excited. I'm betting on this game. This made me bet the first time since Mississippi State.
That's right. Now we're back in it. Monetary value.
Yeah, we're back in it.
But do you feel like it should be that LSU, I don't even want to say, I guess it feels like LSU really doesn't have anything to lose when you look at how it should feel with the Brian Kelly plan, and he's telling you in the media what he he's laying out the foundation of the LSU program and what he is expecting to do is pretty much telling you we're not supposed to be able to compete in this game, but we're here.
Yeah.
And it's in 3 years it'll look better than it's going to look this year. But that I don't think that was him trying to find a cop out. But it does feel like the LSU fan base is every year. You rile yourself up more and more, especially when it's at home. And they know that, it doesn't help if you're to, set up for an LSU fan base to, we could win we could win the game. We could finally win this LSU game because of the way that Jane Daniels has played. But if it hadn't been that good, if you didn't have this much momentum rolling into the Alabama game, but you still had the same record, I feel like there wouldn't be so much expectation from the fan base for LSU to be able to pull off an upset.
That's true.
Well, LSU's sitting in a great spot for this game. I mean, like you said, I mean they're playing with house money. You know, I mean they're playing with a feeling of nothing to lose. And when you're in competition, and when you're in a locker room, and when you're in Brian Kelly's seat, where you've got a team's mentality that they have that mindset, that's a beautiful place to be, right? Like where you don't have to trigger them on Saturday. Like they're just kind of foaming at the mouth to get to the field to try and prove people wrong. And it's been a long time since LSU has had that mindset, not only in this game, but around the program, right? I mean, LSU for the last majority of the 20-year run that they've been on has been the hunter, right? Like they've had the gun, you know, excuse me. Let me rephrase that. The last majority of the 20 years, they have been the hunted, right? Where everybody has been coming after them. It's always been a big win if you beat LSU. People would storm the field if they beat LSU, right? Now, LSU feels like they got the gun, you know, where they're doing the hunting and they're trying to get their seat back at the table of consistent major players of the sport, right?
Do you think that Brian Kelly pictured himself here in this spot for this game in the beginning of the season, or even in the summer, even in the spring?
I can't speak on, but I can't imagine. If I'm just speculating, I can't imagine that if he really, like in his own thoughts, thought about it, that he would have a chance to be in the Western Division lead if he won this game in the middle of the summer. Just knowing what he did about his roster. I mean, hell, man, if you watch the Houston Bowl, the Texas Bowl, whatever that game was, on January 4th, I mean, he had to be sitting up there thinking, holy hell.
Yeah.
I had no
got some work to
idea
do.
it was this bad. I mean, like, he was probably thinking, like, what are we going to do on the offensive line? Like, I mean, like, what? And, you know, I mean, credit to him and his staff, but the way that they put this roster together, but to think that you were there, what is that? I mean, that's 11 months ago.
I mean he had to watch.
I think that's 11 months to the day.
It is.
I mean, I think that they played on January 4th. In the Houston Bowl, and now here you are 11 months to the day with the SEC West on the line with Alabama in town.
Especially after he was in the booth live on television having to watch that shit show of an LSU team. And he's like, I guess I'll keep it together for the interview. But, you know, he's like, well, I wish they were playing a little bit better. You know, like I'm trying to find some talent out here.
I wish they would have told me about
that.
this.
Yeah, it's like I haven't been in the building.
What are we going to do? I mean,
that wide receiver can throw the ball pretty well, though. I mean, is he coming back?
I'm glad that all this money is guaranteed.
Yes. Well, he got then he got the light at the end of the tunnel with, was it Chris Hilton that scored the last touchdown? He's like, all right, there's some people out here that can run.
You can see, I mean, like BJ was out there.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they had Roy was out there. You had guys that you were like, I mean, we're not dead.
No, but you're looking at a two-way sideline with the amount of people that are out there.
We don't have a lot of pulse, boys.
Yeah, that's an early bowl game. That's an early like state championship game in the Dome where it's like they got like 15 people on the sidelines.
Yeah,
and this ain't West Monroe.
1A.
Yeah,
no subs.
No,
Pickering,
Pig Cage out there balling.
I mean, it was. I mean, to think where the program is 11 months to the day it's fascinating. I mean, it really is kind of like, from that standpoint, how does he not get Coach of the Year votes?
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah.
You know, I mean, like, really. I mean, look, Heupel will probably win it, and he deserves it. But, I mean, Brian Kelly, the turnaround that he has made in year one going into this game is amazing. There's still work to do, and there's still, you know, obviously – games to be played, but the fact that they're sitting in this spot right here gives you, it gives you the security that at least you got the right guy.
The trend is going this way.
Yeah,
stock's going up.
He told us about that. I mean, I feel like he has done what he said he was going to do. Like, he has slowly walked us through this, and people doubted him for a long time. And I don't think anybody expected LSU to be here right now. But I still feel like, I don't know. I just feel like he's done what he said he was going to do.
I think
and he's proven himself.
Yeah, a lot of that narrative will change probably at least a little bit if they get blowed out by Alabama. Then it'll be like, okay, this is kind of where he thinks that they are. I know, but I'm just saying, like, a lot of people will play the result on this game to try to establish where Brian Kelly is in the rebuild of LSU.
But I don't feel like it'll be like a Florida State type thing. Like, if it is a blowout, I still feel like people are going to be like, man, we got there. I mean, we were a top 10 contender. Like, you know,
I don't think so.
You don't? I mean, we still have
Katie,
that because
you're
nobody
uncharted
expected
territory.
this.
Yeah. Well,
No, I know how LSU fans are.
Yeah.
Believe me. I just feel like they've calmed down a bit, like, throughout this season since the Florida State game, right? So I don't feel like it will be as harsh.
they wanted to fire
of a
him
blow.
after the Tennessee game.
Yeah, they get blown up. We get blown up by Alabama.
But
Somebody's
everyone's
gonna
expecting
probably try to
Alabama to
jump
blow
from the top of the
anybody
stadium.
out.
Yeah, I'm dead.
That's how bad it is. That's how bad it gets when LSU.
I know how bad it gets, believe me, but I just don't see it being that bad.
Would you rather it be a Florida State loss or a Tennessee loss if it were to go either way?
I can't take
I
any
don't
more
know.
heartbreak with Alabama. I'd rather it be Tennessee.
Really?
Get me out of there.
Yeah, get me out of here. 'Cause
Really?
I can't take the heartbreak again against Alabama.
I feel like it'd be better to be a Florida State type of loss.
Yeah, it's better
There's
to
no
have.
better way to lose.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, a
just
loss
losing.
is a loss.
Oh no, but
Like,
I'm just saying if you're gonna.
there's no better way
It's
to
better
lose.
than a blowout, though.
Like, you're getting your back beaten, and it's just
No.
like, all right, let's go home.
I
A
don't
loss
know.
is a loss.
No,
It's
but
better
every-
than,
we
We
like,
sound like
0
Mississippi
points.
State fans right now.
No, but I'm saying if
I
you
mean,
could,
really.
yeah.
If you're trying to weigh losses, you get beat. You know what I mean?
if
Like,
we lose
you lose
to
the game.
Ole Miss-
You know what I mean? Like, I understand what you're saying. Would you rather get blown out? Would you rather lose by one? Either way is a tough loss, right? This game for LSU, to me, it's not a measuring stick of where Brian Kelly is.
Right, but that's what it's
Right?
going to be viewed as.
I mean, that's unfair.
But yeah, it
you
is
know what I
unfair.
mean?
Yeah, but that's the job.
But yeah, I mean, I understand that comes along with it. But I mean, I think if you're realistic about where LSU is and what they are accomplishing here in year one, they're well ahead
Oh, no doubt.
Yes.
of the scale of where anybody thought that they would be. So the outcome of Saturday night does not throw them back to week one if they get blown out, but it also doesn't mean that they are knocking on the door of a Final Four if they get beat by one at the end. Right? Like, I mean,
No, right, but you used the word that I think is not going to be like not going to come to fruition when you talk about being realistic with LSU fans after an Alabama game. Like everybody's going to point to it and say, all right, they are going to use it as a measuring stick whenever. I mean, hell, how many times do people go back to? I mean, that was the reason that Les Miles essentially got fired for some. It was like he can't win the big one, whatever. Like can't win the big game. You look at Ed Orgeron, gets blowed out, that puts him even more on the hot seat. And then you look at last year, and it's like, oh. Maybe Ed Orgeron started this thing around. Like, it's always going to be used that way because that's how LSU fans view the game. It's, all right, Alabama's at the top of the mountain. How close is LSU to climbing and getting there and potentially unseating them?
the way that I'm watching LSU on Saturday night and judging the game is the way that they're prepared. Is the way that they're prepared. Is the plan that they have defensively to stop Bryce Young, and to see the progression that the players have made up to this point.
Right.
I think that's the scale that you're grading LSU on come Saturday night. Look, I have been steadfast in saying the way that we are looking and evaluating Brian Kelly on year one is not his win and loss record.
Right.
It shouldn't be his wins and loss record. It should be how the program is progressing. Are the players developing?
Well, you're proving my point. You just told me I was being like a Mississippi State fan, like gauging losses, but that's true, right?
Yeah,
It's
but
not
I
just
but
like
I
the
also
wins or
said that the
losses.
outcome of Saturday night doesn't dictate where the program is.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I mean, I'm not going to excuse if they lose, they lose.
I know,
You know
but
what I
what
mean?
if it's
Like-
a close loss? Is my point. What if they
Well,
play
then,
really
it would
well
ha-
against
yeah,
Alabama?
It would have to be, if that's your measuring stick, to see how the program has progressed and how like the coaching pretty much essentially looks. You can't coach well and get blown out. You know.
Well, yeah, but you looked at the Tennessee game, and the thing
That
that
was
was
coaching.
evaluated was was the coaching, right?
Right.
I mean, like so. I mean, it's something that you look at objectively every week, right? But the majority of the data says that this team is going to be prepared, that the coach is going to have them in the best place to succeed. He's going to play the best players, and he's going to try and continue to find ways to win. Sometimes Tennessee game, This doesn't happen.
Well, and he said it himself. He goes, "That's not what we expected to happen at all. Like, obviously, that wasn't the plan going in. It was almost Murphy's Law a little bit, where everything that can go wrong did go wrong. And it's like, look, we took some shots, took some chances, everything broke the other way, and that's how you get blown out. But if all the things that they did, whether it be going for it on fourth down, 3 times, like if you get all of those conversions and then you're able to keep the game close or win, you're point blank saying that's good coaching. Like, you have to play the result and the decisions that he makes.
I think it's good coaching to get to the podium after the game and say it's bad coaching.
Right.
I think that's really good coaching, to have the awareness to recognize that, hey, we screwed up today.
Yeah.
We cost our team. We made decisions that ultimately put us in bad places, and we didn't give ourselves the best chance to win. To me, that's good coaching.
Right, because Brian Kelly will be, I mean, he'll be not the first one, but he's never not one to throw he'll mention a player and put them under the bus. Like, he'll hold his team accountable, but in that same vein, he holds himself accountable. So it's not coach speak when he goes up, oh, that one's on me. It's sort of like, no, this is on me and this is why. Because he'll be up there and he'll tell, we had 27, miss a block here. And it's like, oh, he's throwing his players under the bus. Like, no, this is how he's coaching them. Like, everybody saw it. There's nothing wrong with me saying it.
Right.
Right. No, it's
still
not.
Wish everybody would
not
remember.
Ogeron.
Right. It's on me. I'll get it fixed.
Like the typical every week. It's on me. It's on me. Put that on me. Like, okay, so what now?
So,
you know what I mean? So we do put it on you. So what? So what happens?
Well, I'm just trying to get out of here.
I mean,
I'm telling y'all to fire me. You see this product? That's on me. This is what it looks like whenever I'm coaching. It's like, okay, well, then you shouldn't be a coach.
And look where LSU is.
Yeah, exactly. You have an opportunity to even be excited about this game.
Like, you have to remember that. Like, everything is new this year for these guys, and look where they're sitting. I mean, to me, that's a huge victory already.
Well, yeah, you can tell that the team is cut.
Bring that cowbell.
Yeah.
God damn, dude. leave that bullshit over there, man. They celebrate no moral stuff over here, man. Welcome aboard Katie's Restaurant, a neighborhood restaurant for the entire city, located down in New Orleans. They have a site in the historical Mid-City, and then they've also got one located in Lakeview. Our friends over at Katie's, they feature the typical neighborhood-style cuisine that you can find at your mama's house on the bayou. Francesca's by Katie's is the deli and the sister restaurant, featuring St. Louis and NOLA-style deli menu options. Katie's has been featured all over the Food Network and Travel Channel, most popularly on diners, drive-ins, and dives. Katie's is located on 3701 Iberville in historical Mid-City, and Francesca by Katie's is at 515 Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. If you're down in the city and you're looking for a great place to eat, I'm going down to the Pels Warriors game tonight. Going to make it an early afternoon down there, so hopefully stop in and see all the crew, Scott, the crew over at Katie's. But if you're looking for a great place to eat, if you're looking for a taste of New Orleans, come down and experience Katie's Restaurant. Been around since 1984. You can check them out online at Katie's in Mid-City, katiesinmidcity.com, katiesinmidcity.com. And welcome aboard, proud new sponsor here of the Jordy Culotta Show. Good to see some love growing down in New Orleans. The show's getting some love down in New Orleans, so we appreciate Scott Craig and his crew for jumping aboard and supporting us from Katie's Restaurant. katiesinmidcity.com, katiesinmidcity.com. We'll be back with more of the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet.
Looking to book a dumpster but no idea how? We've made it quick and easy for you. Check out our website at moralesrolloffs.com. Let Morales Roll-Offs know your desired delivery date, and finally, provide your contact details. To make payment, look out for an email invoice with all your booking details. On delivery day, our driver will notify you through text and email that your dumpster is ready and on the way. Now you know how easy and convenient it is. Call Morales Roll-Offs at 225-427-0000 for your dumpster.
Hey Baton Rouge, when traveling through Natchez, Mississippi, whether you need to fill up your vehicle or your belly, stop by Go Mart and On The Go Deli. GoMart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you might need on your trip. So stop by GoMart at 4 Sergeant Prentice Drive as you're entering Natchez on the left, and visit Tom and Wright Granning and their awesome team at GoMart.
Don't let the name fool you. Men's Total Health has offerings for the ladies, too. Guys, is your wife or partner suffering from urinary incontinence, low sexual desire, or pain during sex? Then the O-Shot might be for her. Don't let it scare you. It's totally natural. It's PRP. And Mike Roach and the crew at Men's Total Health will make you as comfortable as you can be. Contact me for more information, Katie at JordyCulottaShow.com, and I'm happy to tell you everything that Men's Total Health has to offer for the ladies.
Do you suffer from chronic dehydration? Are you looking to improve your athletic performance and you need to get over and see our friends over at GoFlow IV? They're located on Jefferson Highway. Easy to find them online at GEAUXFlowIV.com. Make sure and use the promo code Jordy Culotta Show. If you do, they'll take 15% off of your initial visit. Check them out online, GEAUXFlowIV.com. Are you looking for sound financial advice? Then get in touch with Daniel Newman of Edward Jones. You can call him today at 225-261-8262 or email him daniel.newman@edwardjones.com. If you're planning for retirement, saving for college for children or grandchildren, or just looking for sound investment opportunities, get in touch with Daniel today, 225-261-8262, located on Magnolia Square Drive in Central. Daniel Newman of Edward Jones.
In a wreck, Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys is ready to go to work for you. Come meet your team.
I'm your intake specialist. I coordinate your case and connect you with your attorney and paralegal.
That's us, your legal team.
Thanks. And we'll fight to get you every dollar you deserve.
I'm your settlements and disbursement manager, and I'm here to get you paid on time.
I'm attorney Gordon McKernan. Put our team to work today. Just call us. Get it done.
We're sitting in the dugout, and Pelfrey is not pitching today, but he's in full uni, he's turfs, and he's standing up on the fence, whatever, just like this, watching the game, and we start talking about, pissing your pants, something whatever. He was like, "I'll piss my pants right now." We're wearing,
No way.
We're wearing gray pants, long gray pants. He goes, "I'll piss my pants right now." No, you won't. Yeah, how much money do you give me? So we gathered up however many people were in there. I think it ended up being $2,000 total. And 100. So he goes in there. He's watching the game, and he just starts pissing in his pants. Gray pants. So you see it going down his pants, long pants going into his turfs. And he's just going into his turfs. He takes his turfs out and dumps out the pee outside on the warning track, the dugout, and he just puts them back on. And he finishes the inning. He waits till the inning is over with to leave. And so he's watching the whole inning with piss in his pants. And everybody is dying laughing. Manager's laughing. Everybody's laughing. He gets up out of it and walks to the dugout, pee all in his pants, in the gray pants. It was awesome.
Question in that game. You're listening to the Jordy Culotta Show live on YouTube. Catch it every day, 7 to 9 a.m., wherever you have internet access.
Oh, my guy, the host of Mac and Q.
You said you wanted me to close it out.
I listen to his pod every day on WJOX 94. I thought I was going to beat Charlie. I didn't. You were fantastic as always. Have a great call in Missouri. I'll see you soon, man.
Thanks, man. Good
Later.
talking to you, Jordan.
Always. There he is. Cole Kublik, the absolute best. Don't overthink it, ABC. When you move to a primetime slot in the SEC,
is getting that billing. Make this man the color commentator. He's the absolute best.
Well, what a pro.
What a pro.
I remember telling them, hey, listen, my job here is to make sure that we bring, big time football to a small town environment, right? And so you see on movies sometimes about the way a town reacts to the football program and what it means to everybody, and that was the hopes and dreams that I had for the place. And so our kids take a distinct responsibility in wearing that Z on their helmet. It means a lot to them. And then on the flip side of that, our community does a tremendous job of supporting our program, supporting the athletic department, supporting our school as a whole. And there's really a great relationship there that's a lot of fun to be a part of.
Thank you for the access, man. Looking forward to tonight. We'll talk soon.
Coach, wait, before you go, fix your hair again one more time.
Look at him.
Let's go
Yes. Look at him.
What do you think about that?
Game day,
What do you
baby.
think about that?
Game day. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it, man. Great to see you. Thank you.
You too, guys. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great day.
All right, man. There he is. There he is. My guy. David Brewerton checking in. What does Harold Perkins do for this defense? What does he allow you guys to do?
Yeah, Perk, man, he's just so raw. Man. Like, all he know how to do is make a play. But I love him. He brings a certain type of juice to the defense. And he's right alongside of me on the edge. He knows how to rush the edge. As a young guy, that's very valuable to the defense, being able to rush the edge. Making the quarterback step up. But yeah. They put him everywhere, middle linebacker, outside rusher. Maybe sometimes he's going to be in a drop. So he's very versatile for our defense.
Welcome back. The Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet, live here on this Friday. Make sure to hit that like button, share button, comment button, as we'll be here with you until 9 a.m. this morning, as we will talk to Nathan Velasquez coming up here at 8:30. We'll be eating compliments of our friends over at Iverstine's. Iverstine'sFarms.com if you want to jump on and pick up a butcher bundle.
Is Josh bringing an elephant?
Elephant today.
What are we having today?
Brats again.
No, that was Oktoberfest. Oktoberfest.
A little chilly.
It's got to be something tailgatey.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
You gotta be.
No way. It's just I don't think he goes burritos. Yeah, I think he's going to bring out a little spread this time. I don't know what he's thinking. Obviously, we have different thoughts on.
Are you just speculating?
Yeah, so I just wondered what he's going to bring. I would imagine it would be something like a tenderloin or something that you can cook for like a tailgate. That would be a big time tailgate.
Yeah.
But I'm just speculating.
Elephant
tenderloin. That'd be the penis.
Whoa.
Why?
Have you ever seen an elephant's penis?
No.
Oh, it's massive.
It's got to be huge.
Oh yeah, but they're growers.
I mean, just
bigger than a horse?
proportionally.
How do
Yeah,
they
it drags
even,
on the ground.
How do they even have sex with each other? Like,
Oh, they
if it's
they
like
mount
a dog,
They
but
mount
like,
up on that thing.
That's huge.
Hey.
Like I feel like you could kill another elephant.
It's like a giraffe's. It's like a giraffe's neck.
Yes, it seems like the males would be bigger.
Yeah, they're about all the
I
same
don't know.
size, so.
Man, has anybody ever seen an elephant mating? That's just a. Oh my god! I didn't even see that at first. It's like another
It's like
leg.
a tail.
It is. I didn't even notice that was it.
I'm gonna find this. Look at this alone.
Martin Thomas inside of the chat.
Now you feel my pain.
Love
Katie.
this stoner sidekick of Jordy's.
Hey,
which one?
Yeah, Katie.
I mean, like,
The whole crew.
I count 4 here.
Well, Stewie has an eye infection, so he
But I
has,
am high right now.
I mean, he is usually high, but he does
It's
have an eye
medication.
infection. Let's give him a break.
Yeah, dude. There you go. I mean, you got glaucoma, right?
That's right.
Glaucoma. We just added
It's
something
cigarettes.
to him.
Yeah, I have glaucoma.
It's stick of weed.
Rose said it last night. He's like, Stu's dealing with his glaucoma. Yes. Thank you.
The sunglasses on. You're just the guy. You're the guy in Russia.
Did the whole show with sunglasses on. I'm just back here.
Oh, there you go, dude. That should be the look.
I know. I like it.
Fighting for my life.
Show the people. But look at you.
Your
Look
eye
at this
drops are
man.
almost here.
You can't see. Look, you don't know where the camera is. He's so blind.
You're like Ray Charles over
Ray
there.
Charles back. Yeah. Ray Charles.
What a great spot that is. Stewie, go back to your shot. If anybody wants to buy that wall right there with the old school 91 LSU basketball SEC championship team, that is a great spot to advertise.
We got to move that Go Mart sign up a little now that we changed the camera.
Oh yeah, we just put those over there.
Tommy?
Real light.
Easy.
Oh,
I think
yeah,
it's a
that's
little.
a-
I think
we
it's.
were-
I think it's cemented on there.
I'll move it after this.
You can pull the paint. You can pull the paint out.
He might pull the window off.
Yeah. Wait, if they buy that spot, is it contingent on the poster staying or going?
The poster would have to move. The poster's a fantastic one.
Well, yeah. What if they want that as a piece of its real
Well, you
estate?
can't see it. You can't even see the poster really from that angle.
I know.
Can
but
you
it's-
zoom on
it's
that
tiny
thing,
back
Stewie?
there.
No, that's we lost that
Old
one.
web camera.
Yeah,
It's way too
we got
fancy.
robbed in the night.
We did.
Indian giver.
He was a thief in the night.
Need our key back.
I was like, "What's up, Joe?" Like, "What's up, bro?"
How many
up, bro?
keys do we have out there? I don't even want to know.
Sweating.
I want to know.
No, probably not.
Oh God.
Not enough.
Probably
I haven't
not.
given any keys out, so
But that's all about to change, right? With the.
it is all about to change. We're gonna have a door code.
And that code is to the next 300 subscribers. We will tell you 1 or 2 digits, and if you can guess the rest, you can come on the show.
It's actually 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, yeah. They would probably get it in a heartbeat, like 42069, like 1 2 3 4 1 1 1 1. 2019.
69.
Yeah.
All right, Brian Kelly was speaking yesterday. Here he is talking a little bit about the health of his offensive line, including Garrett Dellinger, who has missed some extended time with a banged-up hand. Here is his head coach, Brian Kelly, giving the latest on Garrett Dellinger.
He's out. He's out. We made it. I just made a decision. He is better, but I'm not going to put him in the position that I think he's at right now.
Tough break for the offensive line. Tough break for Dellinger. I think he's obviously one of your top 5, but look, they don't want to rush him back and put him into a spot tomorrow night.
That's what I was going to ask. How close do you think he was to being able to play? Or do you see them shelving him kind of for the rest of the year? And it was like, make a push to get back, see like how badly we need you on the offensive line. And if he can't go, we'll shut it down for the foreseeable future.
I don't know if it's a call on the rest of the year. It sounded like he's close.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even by the way that he delivered the news that he was out, it sounded like, like it was right there. So maybe he can play later in the season.
Arkansas.
He doesn't have a red shirt available. I don't know if he would. I don't know if this would apply for a medical red shirt. He was a true freshman last year, right? So he does have a red shirt year available, but you can't.
He's already played too many games.
He's probably played too many games. I wonder if you could get him a medical on this, but
you'd have to sit him for the rest of the year.
It kind of
then,
sounds
right?
like he was close.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Big hit for the. I think that's they when they sat him initially. I think they circled this date, hoping they could get him back. Even though I think Frazier and Turner have not blocked what they will on Saturday night though.
I mean, we watched a little Alabama last night, like just the front four, and I'm more worried about the edges than
For sure.
the interior.
Absolutely.
Like it's not the Alabama of old in the interior.
Jonathan Allen in there.
Yeah, you don't have Jonathan Allen in there. You don't have Isaiah Buggs. You don't have one of those guys.
What a hit.
Oh,
what a hit. What a hit.
That was tough.
Bugs, he was crying at his commitment.
Yeah.
So weird, so bizarre.
He wanted to come
too much money.
Yeah, no, that's a
bizarre.
So bad. They have a Charger and a
no,
but they gave him a car full of money.
No, but I'm saying bizarre if you
Allegedly.
don't. If you allegedly, like
Sorry.
if you don't, if you're just tuning in and you see that, you're like, why is he so sad that he has to go to? It's like he has to go to Alabama.
Yeah,
Like, it doesn't seem like he's very happy. He's like he's not.
No, he's
but,
not. He just signed his life away.
But his parents are happy.
Yeah, right.
Got mom and dad already.
It's Jacoby Matthews.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's actually an eye doctor in Monroe who they funnel the money from through.
Damn.
In,
Let's go visit.
Should have went to Alabama.
They had the they had what they call the Elephant Club, Alabama.
I can
And
see
believe
why.
He was the former president.
Speaking of money, Calvin Dudley just sent us $100.
Oh,
shit!
I mean, he was asking about the wall space, and I was like, "How much you got?" And he just sent us $100.
This much.
Calvin.
Wow.
I told him to email me so I
Well,
can
that'll
send
get you a
some merch.
sponsorship, but you can get something.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you some merch, so you got to email me. That's very sweet. We appreciate that.
FM shirts. Next from Brian Kelly. Here he is. Kelly speaking to on Eli Ricks coming back to Baton Rouge.
You know, I didn't talk about that specifically. They know him. Certainly he was here. Our guys are so much more focused on what they need to do and how they need to play more than, any former relationships that they've had with players, to be quite frank. And I'm sure Coach Saban is the same way. This is much more about being in the right emotional zone when you play the game and being locked in and focused. So our guys hear that from me all the time, and I'm pretty certain that that's how it's going to be played.
BK looks great in a visor.
He does. And he went no visor the first week.
I don't like a visor.
I know. I don't either.
But that fits his head the right way.
It takes a
I guess it does fit his
special shape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you gotta have that little
And it's not. It's about the formation of the head and then the hair that you put behind the visor. And I think he kind of kills all of it.
So is he going to be a visor guy now?
He's been a visor guy. He went no visor against
Yeah.
Florida State, and I think Nike was, hey, you're the visor guy now. Like you're in a big spot right here. Where's that check?
Has he ever worn a hat, like a cap? I feel like
He wore
has.
some at practice. He wears like the golf mesh
Yeah,
hats,
that's
like a little dad hat.
Okay.
But the visor suits him very.
Did he wear a visor at Notre Dame?
Yeah.
Every game?
Mm-hmm.
I can't
I would
speak on
say,
every
yeah, I
game,
would
but
say the majority.
Majority of the time.
Okay.
Absolutely. He would definitely be, and with the way that he pulls off the look, he should be a visor.
Absolutely.
Here's more from Visor Guy talking about the open date.
Yeah, I think after 4 straight SEC games, I think it hit at the right time, where the guys need a bit of a reset mentally and physically. I think it probably falls at the right time, with that kind of schedule that we have with 4 consecutive SEC games. Gives them a good reset. They're anxious to play. I mean, we had 2 practices that last week and then 4 this week. It feels like camp again. These guys are a little bit, hey, can we get to the game, please? So they were rushing off the field to stretch and do some things, get to the barbershop, and get ready for the game.
Barbershop?
It
Amy?
never
Why are
rains
y'all
in
doing
Louisiana.
that? Like the fourth quarter
Yeah,
thing?
that's true. It might not, but the radar.
You guys have sold me the Chamber of Commerce since I've been here. It's it's so hot, it gets sticky, and it rains. I haven't seen any of that, and I'm not going to believe that it rains here. So you guys think it rains? No, we've got wet ball drills and all those things, and practice any of those kinds of situations and scenarios. So the biggest thing is obviously a wet ball in terms of trying to throw the football. So I think we've done that now 3 days in a couple of periods, and feel comfortable with whatever the weather conditions are.
He looks like he got caught in class.
I feel like I've been assaulted through that whole clip. Y'all don't even know what's going on here. Why are y'all doing that though? Like the fourth quarter?
Fourth quarter. Clip 4 for fourth
That
quarter.
really bugs me when people do that.
Jordy, when he was on camera, looked like the kid that's in class he knows he's going to cheat on the test, so you look at the teacher for some reason, and they just lock eyes with you, and you're like, ooh.
Hey, what's up?
Start looking around.
Why do y'all feel the need to do this when we know it's the fourth quarter?
Because
Why
it's
does
the
everybody
last
feel the
quarter.
need?
And then they play those 3 notes. And it's just,
Because all summer, every workout. That's all we've been talking about is the fourth quarter.
You're tired.
Here
fourth
we
quarter.
are.
Okay.
Four's up. Put them up. Speaking of 4, that was number 4. That was BK talking about the weather. And then talking about being prepared for it. I think all the rain's going to be out, right? I mean, I know we
I was
talked
looking
about
at
that.
it. Look at all.
Weather report
I know.
today.
I mean, where's
Get
Cap?
him on here. We
Where's the hero?
told
Look
the
at-
people we were going to get a weather report.
That Caparata has put some information out on Twitter, and it looks like he is turtling to where.
What an easy call that was. Rewind the tape. Go back to Monday when he was claiming 95% chance of rain. At
I mean, it
6
is
o'clock.
hurricane season.
I mean, yeah, you never know what's going to happen.
No, I'm saying he was saying
Yeah,
it's going to
no,
be a
I
down.
know we don't, but we expect the meteorologists
Well, they
to.
never know either.
Yeah, they're just
Ever.
Doctor.
I feel like meteorologists are up there bullshitting the whole time. Just
Oh, you think?
I think it's gonna rain, but
All right.
But they earned
50-50.
because they have to go to school for it. So you
Yeah.
earned that. What difference is that than any other job where you're
much
just like
Wait, what school are we going?
Like, how much
manship
more
school?
than your 4 years of college do you have to go?
I think Mississippi State's a huge meteorologist school.
What?
Yes.
the School of Meteorology.
Absolutely. I think
Stop.
that's why y'all's biggest fan
It's the moon.
What's his name? Catfish? What's the dude?
Stingray
That guy?
Steve.
Stingray is the reason why, because he's from Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, I know.
And the reason why he went to Mississippi State
For
was
meteorology?
to study weather.
Okay,
And
I've
he was
never
the
heard
one
this in my
because
life.
we had him on when he was like going through his just fandom, his
Yeah.
height of fandom when he was peaking.
That's not what we're
We
known
had him
for.
on the Katie,
Absolutely.
I hate to be
Engineering
on
and
here
veterinary
telling
medicine
you
and
how.
architecture.
I
Those
don't.
are
I don't
the big
mean to
things.
tell you what your college is known for, but I think that it is known
Stingray
for
Steve.
meteorology.
I didn't know that.
I mean, can somebody fact check me on
Please,
this?
somebody do. I had no
And
idea.
I believe that Stingray left Tuscaloosa to go to Mississippi State to
For
study the weather.
meteorology
Did he
school?
graduate?
I never knew anyone in the meteorology program.
I feel like Stingray Steve thought that like studying the weather was like walking around outside and
Someone
kind of like
said
looking up at the clouds.
It's a 4-year degree, but is that a 4-year degree after?
No,
your-
I think it's just a major.
And you get you get to be called a doctor?
Well, then
Oh, I
I
don't
think,
know if
I
your
think,
doctor's
yeah, I
status.
think
I
you got to
mean,
get your
like,
PhD
yeah,
in the
right.
weather.
I still think
So
you have
you
to
got
go to
an extra
graduate
4
school.
years.
PhD in the
I
weather.
got my PhD in the weather.
So you getting your degree in? I got my PhD in the weather.
Yeah.
Nothing too
ask me
major.
what the temperature is right
You
now.
hear that wind?
Yeah.
Is that coming out of the north?
It feels 88.
Here's Brian Kelly talking about Harold Perkins and what he's going to do with Bryce Young.
I don't know that you can prepare anybody for a quarterback like Bryce Young. You know, I think what Harold brings is, you know, obviously an athleticism that can close on him and force the ball out of his hands. You know, the one thing that I think you got to be careful with is, you know, you're trying to make a big play on him and he makes you look silly. We need to get the ball out of his hand. And so Harold's an extremely gifted athlete, close space, get in a good football position and get the ball out of his hand.
Play perk. That's all I have to say about that.
Well, I think what was, I mean, spot on about Bryce Young, right? If you can eliminate him from breaking the pocket, like if you can contain him in the pocket, he doesn't really hurt you in terms of big plays from the pocket. So he's able to escape and make people can kind of create and extend a play. If you have B.J. Ojulari, who's able to get a rush, and then Harold Perkins, who's able to kind of clean up after that, that's the best case scenario.
I just can't wait to see what they look like with the base defense of having both those guys on the field together.
It's gonna look great.
So you think Perk starts?
Yes. I mean, like, what are
At this
we
point,
doing at
we
this
already,
point?
Like, it shouldn't even be a discussion. It's like,
I mean,
all right, 40's got to play, huh?
You play your best 11. I mean, that is ultimately that is the task of the coach, right? I mean, like, I think even down to the youth level, like, what are we doing? Like, you know, I mean, like, what is the point of practice if this person isn't showing you that he's earning his playing time, he's performing in the games when you give him opportunities? What are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, what is the thought behind him not playing should be the question. Like, when you don't see him on the field, I mean, like, Kelly is like, you and Harold Perkins, bro. You got to get over this guy. I'm talking about my fiance, Kelly.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
was gonna say,
and the way that
detail.
I talk about him, like during the game,
Y'all
I mean,
talk
like
to each other like that?
like when I look down at the Ole Miss game in the first half, and he wasn't on the field in the first series, like I was like mother bleeping walking away and was like, I can't watch this stuff. I mean, she was like, for what? And I was like, 40's not playing. She was like, oh my God. You are ridiculous.
A mad dad at the game.
I mean, it was. I felt like I was watching Jordan's game. I mean, it really was like, give the ball to 7, for God's sakes. You know what I mean? I mean, Jesus. Do we want to win or not? Put 40 on the field. I mean, it's like, what are you thinking about during the week when you're game planning and there's a scenario where you're like, take him off the field? I just, every time he's out there, he makes a play. You know how I feel about Perkins. Here is more from Brian Kelly talking about the 2 freshmen. This is a big one. This is a big matchup. I think this is a matchup that not enough people are talking about. Will Campbell taking on Will Anderson, and Emory Jones taking on Dallas Turner, swapping all game long. How does that work out for the true freshman tackles? Here's what Brian Kelly had to say about it.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be a challenge, and it's not, and I think I mentioned this the other day, is you just can't fan to one side. I mean, both ends are outstanding players. So, yeah, we're going to have to chip. We're going to have to take the tight end and use him before he gets out. Slow release the tight end. We're going to have to chip with the back. I think our guys have done a pretty good job. The one thing about the SEC, what I've learned since I've been down here, is that you're getting really good pass rushers each week, and you have to account for that. So within our system and what we've done in the passing game, we've had to go through this. This isn't the first time, and we'll have to employ that again.
They got a plan. They'll have those guys protected. I'm telling you, there's no way that I believe that for as good as Brian Kelly is as a coach, that he is going to expose those 2 youngsters against those ready pros, those NFL-ready guys tomorrow. And like I said, this is going to be like just incredible film to look back on 6 years from now when all of these guys are elite, top-flight pros playing on Sundays. All of them. Dallas Turner, Will Campbell, Will Anderson, Emory Jones, all of these guys, you know, barring health, are going to be elite NFL football players. And to look back on this game where you see Jones, Campbell as 2 youngsters taking these veterans on will be fun to look back on. But tomorrow in this initial matchup, I cannot believe that Mike Denbrock, Brian Kelly, offensive staff would expose these 2 freshman tackles to being really playing one-on-one with those 2 guys for an extended amount of time. They might be in some scenarios where they'll have to guard them and block them one-on-one in certain play calls and in certain scenarios. But for the most part, I expect those guys to have help and be covered up as much as possible in that matchup because of just the experience differential that lies beneath. Somebody tweeted at me the other night in the Cincinnati-Cleveland game where Myles Garrett was just all over the place, right? I mean, Garrett was everywhere. And a couple of times he lined up over La'el Collins, and he abused Collins. And at this point in Collins and Garrett's career, they both have major experience of playing at the high level. They're both, you know, grown and matured pros. They're both physically fully developed. So it's a different matchup than it was when Collins was a senior at LSU and Myles Garrett was a true freshman at Texas A&M. And somebody tweeted at me, because I always reference, you know, the difference between 22 years old and 18 years old. And that's the example I always use. And if you need to remember it, it's Leonard Fournette's freshman year, the game where he runs over the safety into the end zone against Texas A&M. La'el Collins is the starting left tackle that night against Myles Garrett, who's the starting defensive end for Texas A&M. And Collins is just driving Garrett Like, I mean, he's kind of like putting him wherever he wants him. I mean, just he's killing him, man. He's got him on roller skates. On one play, he puts him on his back 10, 15 yards off the ball on Texas A&M or LSU sideline. And, I mean, Collins is like laying on top of him. I mean, it just pancaking him. And it was the difference between 22 and 18. Garrett went on to be the number 1 pick in the draft. He's now probably the most feared defensive end in the league. If he's not, he's one of them. He can wreck a game. And somebody tweeted at me, you know, the Myles Garrett, La'el Collins matchup is a lot different than the one in college. And you're right. I mean, at this point, they're grown men now. But the difference of, at the time, Collins, Will Anderson, in this point, you know, kind of being the veteran, 20, 21 years old, third year of college football, compared to Will Campbell, who's going to be a superstar, is a bright and shining light into the future of LSU and college football. He's still got to go through some growing pains, even for Will Campbell's standard, right? We may not see them as visible as other true freshmen, but he's gone through them. Campbell and Jones just happen to be different. They're just on a different level. But, you know, I expect them tomorrow to lose a couple of fights within the war, right? I think that's to be expected. That, you know, I mean, at times, Turner and Anderson are going to get the best of the youngsters. But it'll also be a great opportunity for Jones and Campbell to measure themselves of where they are against the best. I mean, they could also fill up their, you know, the tank with a lot of confidence tomorrow and wake up Sunday morning even more mature than they already are. Right? I mean, like the strides that guys like Will Campbell, Emory Jones, Harold Perkins, Mason Taylor, even guys like Mekhi Wingo, you know, a sophomore that's going to play an extended amount of time in this game. Brian Thomas, Jaden Daniels. I mean, all of the Armani Goodwin, the guys that are going to play a significant amount of time are going to really have an opportunity to grow up from a football standpoint, you know, light years. I mean, you'll be able to take 2-year step on Saturday night to go out and prove to yourself first that you can play against the best. And I expect LSU to have a plan and make enough plays to put this thing into the fourth quarter. And then Brian Kelly speaking about the last thing that they will have an advantage with, and that'll be the stadium. Here he is yesterday talking about that.
What adversity? Has there been adversity?
Just a big game coming up this Saturday. A lot of lights going on, a lot of bright lights.
You mean the distractions of that? No, as I told him, I mean, look, that stadium it should be electric, but it's only going to be electric if we play well. It's going to be quiet if we don't play well. And, you know, I told him, look, you did a pretty good job of quieting the crowd at Auburn. You did a pretty good job of quieting the crowd at Florida because you played well and the opposing team didn't. So if you want this crowd to be in your favor, we got to go out and play well. And, you know, I've said this many times. It's a privilege to play in these kind of opportunity games, you know, against an Alabama, but you got to go do something about it.
I expect the place to be on springs tomorrow night. I mean, I think the place will be jumping. It'll be rocking. It'll be best environment we've seen under Brian Kelly. It'll be the best environment of 2022. It'll be a night game in Tiger Stadium with a top 10 opponent in town, and it just happens to be Alabama. I mean, it's as good of a sauce that can be served up to LSU fans.
Smells like whiskey in here.
Mm-hmm.
Will hot dogs be thrown?
It smells like where my dog's at, so it has a combination of whiskey, little herb, little Jamaican jerk. little chicken. I mean, like it smells like
they
a
ID you before you come
like
on the
a
show.
buffet in here. I mean, you walk in this place early in the morning. Yeah, you catch an early inhale
of last night.
I mean,
always a certain smell.
Every Friday morning, you know where my dog's at. They've been live.
I
love that Kevin Falk picture, though.
I'm surprised they don't have a bouncer
That
yet.
is a classic.
10 out of 10.
That is a classic. All right, hit that like button, share button, comment button. Nathan Velasquez is going to be here in a couple of minutes. We'll talk. He wants to talk Halloween. He wants to talk
it was terrible.
Who was the supermodel that dressed up like
Heidi
a worm?
Klum.
Heidi Klum.
That was amazing.
That was actually kind of funny.
That was crazy.
And she big into Halloween.
Oh,
Obviously,
huge.
this wouldn't
is
be a
her
one-off.
thing.
I'm not
Right.
getting into a worm outfit for my first go at it.
No, she's
said-
obsessive about it.
She's obsessed about Halloween.
Yeah.
I mean, she throws a huge party every year, and she said this was going to be bigger than anything she's ever done, like leading up to it. And I mean, it was pretty shocking. Really.
If you throw a party and you're the worm, could she like maneuver around? It
I
feels
was
like that would
wondering
be tough.
too. I saw her standing by a DJ, kind of doing like this.
The
I'm
worm?
like, that's
Oh.
really all you can do.
Yeah.
It's just kind of bop your worm head.
Do the worm.
Do the
Yeah.
worm.
Wiggle worm.
I get you
Wiggle
get out
worm,
of it at
wiggle,
some
wiggle,
point and get
wiggle
into
worm.
another costume.
I don't think I would ever be a worm.
It's pretty
Well,
impressive.
I mean,
How
yeah.
did she get in and out though?
I don't know. I wish she
Because
had
I
a
saw
team
her
of
like
people.
on the ground trying to maneuver her
Yeah.
way up.
They had an interview
odd
with her
choice.
laying down. She was laying on the ground. The microphone. She had to go full Joe Rogan
She
to
had
go
to
get the
lay
interview.
down the whole
Yeah,
time?
she no.
No, she stood up too.
No, she did,
By
but
the
she was
DJ,
laying down
standing.
during the interview.
Yeah.
I did see her like standing next to the DJ at her party.
Yeah.
Like,
Worming.
That's what she was doing.
So
yeah.
wait, her man was a fisherman and she was the worm.
I didn't see her man.
I didn't see her
Was
man
there a
either.
is he a DJ? Is that?
Heidi Klum's too old to be dating DJs.
Hey man.
She is
No,
not.
I don't think so.
How
bro.
was she
She's
freaking
still hot
Heidi
enough to
Klum?
date.
No,
date a
she's
DJ.
definitely still good looking enough. But I'm saying your life at 50 and you're chasing around a DJ. Like,
Maybe she's not chasing around the DJ. Maybe he's chasing her around.
I don't think that's how it works. He has
What?
to like set his schedule.
She's Heidi Klum.
Yeah, but he's got gigs he's got to go
I
to.
don't know who she's with. She was with Seal. Remember when she was with Seal
Oh.
for a long time?
Oh.
Bad breakup.
Kiss from Heidi?
Spouse.
Bad breakup.
It
Wasn't
was a bad breakup.
Yes,
I think.
her boyfriend was a fisherman.
Oh. Okay.
Tom Collins.
Looks like he missing.
Who is that?
DJ.
Is he a
I'm
DJ?
trying to figure it
DJ
out.
Tom?
Dude, it doesn't-
DJ Chester.
Yeah, I mean,
DJ
he looks like a
DJ
shaman.
TK?
Yeah, and the ones and twos.
Hey, how we doing?
This thing
Who's
on.
running the social media?
Yeah. Hey, scan my show. QR code. QR code.
Is he younger than her? Probably.
Yes, he's a twin.
Ooh.
He's a musician. Grew up playing music,
She
rock
likes
band.
musicians.
Yeah,
So
so.
playing music is in rock band or?
How old is
No,
he?
he was just in a rock band. Yeah,
'Cause I mean,
dude.
like,
If that's
you
what
said
you're
it
looking
like-
for, Heidi Klum, I'm your guy. I'll sit in my underwear and play rock band all
They
day.
grew up playing music.
Rock band.
Hey, look.
I don't think he's that young.
Then we all did, Heidi. I could dress up like a fisherman too. What song you want me to play?
Then he was missing an
Back in
eye.
Black?
Already messed up. Like, come on now.
Oh, they got married twice.
Who?
They did a secret marriage, and then they wanted some fame. So
Oh,
they,
she's married to the person?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's
Wow.
16 years younger.
Okay.
16 years
There you
younger.
go, Heidi.
Not the DJ though.
Just a rock band.
Okay.
Just
Just a PlayStation guy.
Heidi, can you get the PS5 for me?
All right, we'll be back with more of the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered. I'm making my pick when we come back.
Heidi,
Not that you care.
batteries. Batteries. Controller's out.
Is Mint's coming on?
Donaldsonville Glass and Body, trusted name in frame, body, and automotive paint repair since 1977. They have served their customers for over 45 years. You can find them online at dgbauto.com or stop in and see them Railroad Avenue and Division Street out in Donaldsonville, Louisiana. Look, they can help you with your insurance claims. They can make the repair process as stress-free as possible. I'm speaking from experience here. I've got numerous windshields, body repair, all done by Kenny and the crew over at Donaldsonville Glass and Body. They are, without question, the most well-equipped shop in the area. Stop in and see them today. Shop them online, dgbauto.com, or stop in and see the crew over in Division Street in Donaldsonville, Louisiana. Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Hey fellas, it's Jordy Culotta for my friends over at Men's Total Health. Guys, do you suffer from fatigue, decreased libido, erectile dysfunction, weight gain or loss of muscle mass, signs of depression, anxiety, hair loss, mental fog, general loss of interest? Then you might be suffering from low testosterone. Go see my friend Mike Roach and his great team over at Men's Total Health, over in Metairie at menstotalhealth.net online. Stop in and see how they can change your life today. A simple shot and some knowledge from Mike Roach can get you back up, moving with your energy, get your sex drive back, build your muscle mass, make you feel young again. All online, menstotalhealth.net. Red Stick Sports, a local staple in Baton Rouge to all sports fans, was founded back in 1981 and has remained a family business for over 40 years. Today, they still have the great selection on the floor, but they're also a leader in custom apparel for businesses, sports teams, and other groups. Take it from us, everybody over here at FM Digital Media. They help us out with all of our apparel. Let them help you out today. Go ask for Cody over at Red Stick Sports. Check him out online at redsticksports.biz. I was embarrassed about my smile. Are you unhappy at yours? Do you not smile back at yourself? I called my friend, Dr. Spillers, over at Johnson Spillers. He fixed my smile, and now everywhere I go, people are complimenting it after the work that Dr. Spillers and the staff did to my mouth. They can do it to yours. Get in touch with them. JohnsonSpillers.com. 2 locations, one in Gonzales, one in Baton Rouge. Easy to find them, JohnsonSpillers.com. We love the crew over at Fresh Chef Kitchen. Chef Shane and his crew dropping off the meals every Monday here to FM Digital Media, whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner. Me or the crew's going through our meals over at Fresh Chef Kitchen. Their weekly pre-order, freshly made meals, or you can walk into the cooler over there on Airline Highway. They have that fresh, same service over there at Fresh Chef Eats. FreshChefEats.com is where you can find them online. Fresh Chef Kitchen. Tell them you heard it right here on the Jordy Culotta Show. Are you looking for sound financial advice? Then get in touch with Daniel Newman of Edward Jones. You can call him today at 225-261-8262 or email him daniel.newman@edwardjones.com. If you're planning for retirement, saving for college, for children or grandchildren, or just looking for sound investment opportunities, get in touch with Daniel today, 225-261-8262, located on Magnolia Square Drive in Central. Daniel Newman of Edward Jones. Southern Eye Centers, located at 6859 Jefferson Highway right here in Baton Rouge, has been serving your eyes for over 40 years in the capital region. They offer friendly service in a helpful environment with the highest level of personal care to manage your eye health and vision needs. You want more information? Log online to southerneyecenters.com. That is southerneyecenters.com. Stop in and check out their beautiful office located on Jefferson Highway right here in the capital city. And remember, each time you walk in there and you mention the Jordy Culotta Show, Dr. Ann Shaw and Southern Eye Centers will take 25% off of their fantastic selection of sunglasses. All you got to do is mention the Jordy Culotta Show. Check them out. southerneyecenters.com and located at 6859 Jefferson Highway.
Looking to book a dumpster but no idea how? We've made it quick and easy for you. Check out our website at moralesrolloffs.com. Let Morales Roll-Offs know your desired delivery date, and finally, provide your contact details. To make payment, look out for an email invoice with all your booking details. On delivery day, our driver will notify you through text and email that your dumpster is ready and on the way. Now you know how easy and convenient it is. Call Morales Roll-Offs at 225-427-0000 for your dumpster.
We're all from different places and backgrounds. We've each experienced our own versions of life, but in the end, we're all on the same team. I'm part of that team, along with these players in purple and gold.
Kayshawn Buddha, Malik Neighbors, Miles Frazier,
Kyra Lacey, Greg Brooks. Whether on the field or in the courtroom, your team matters.
So join our team. Make a difference. Bet. Let's get it done.
Hey, Baton Rouge, when traveling through Natchez, Mississippi, whether you need to fill up your vehicle or your belly, stop by Go-Mart and On The Go Deli. Go-Mart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you might need on your trip. So stop by Go-Mart at 4 Sergeant Prentice Drive as you're entering Natchez on the left, and visit Tom and Wright Granning and their awesome team at Go-Mart.
In a wreck, Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys is ready to go to work for you. Come meet your team.
I'm your intake specialist. I coordinate your case and connect you with your attorney and paralegal.
That's us, your legal team. Thanks. And we'll fight to get you every dollar you deserve.
I'm your settlements and disbursement manager, and I'm here to get you paid on time.
I'm attorney Gordon McKernan. Put our team to work today. Just call us. Get it done.
Do you suffer from chronic dehydration? Are you looking to improve your athletic performance and you need to get over and see our friends over at GoFlow IV? They're located on Jefferson Highway. Easy to find them online at GEAUXFlowIV.com. Make sure and use the promo code Jordy Culotta Show. If you do, they'll take 15% off of your initial visit. Check them out online, GEAUXFlowIV.com.
We had these sweatpants. I wish I still had them. Now, they don't fit the style now because they're like the baggier, but like they're gray. Remember the gray ones? Like the football had them. They were fire. Like the best sweatpants I've ever had. And then
I don't think so.
I think someone stole them. I mean, did you sneak into my house and steal my sweatpants?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I figured
You're not picking up what he's putting down.
yeah,
Just
you're
go
not
ahead and
picking
keep
up.
going.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that's not leaving the apartment. I mean, there's not, those don't fit.
I'm saying, watch yourself. Watch out. They're out for you.
He tried to let you go. You kept prodding with this.
But those don't fit.
Doesn't matter.
They're not wearing that.
There's a drawstring.
Yeah, they're going to cut them up.
They're not wearing that.
Bro, they were still in fraternity.
Right. Hey, now listen, I've lost some mini Lululemon shirts. I regret that. I've lost.
What is going on?
I've lost many a fraternity shirt.
I've lost some LSU
What is this,
gear.
the red light special right now?
I've lost some LSU gear that I wish I could get back. I ain't getting it back.
We're just trying to warn you about the, that gear. You only get it for the year.
I don't know what y'all are talking about. I'm talking about my friends coming into my apartment and using my clothes. I don't know what y'all are talking about, but that's all I'm talking about.
Oh, God.
I mean, I'm from Lafayette. My boys would come in, stay at my apartment.
Oh, God.
I don't know what y'all are saying. I mean, this is a children's show, boys. What y'all talking about here?
Hey. Oh, my God.
What's so funny?
Say Lafayette that way better.
Oh, God.
Lloyd can't even get up.
That might be an all-time show moment.
Okay.
I'm just going to be honest with you.
Oh, my God.
All right.
Lafayette wants your LSU gear.
I told you, we don't take it.
And they're guys.
Awesome.
All right, welcome back here to the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Go Chevrolet. Stick around. We'll give you our pick for the game coming up here Before we get out of here at 9 a.m. this morning.
Spoiler, right?
My pick.
My
I mean,
pick
you're not
is
going to pick the
LSU.
game? Okay, there you go.
Already said that. Already bet the money line. LSU and Tennessee.
Money line parlay.
Katie,
Those are my
that's a bet I wouldn't have took, but hey.
Yeah, that's why it's
that's
betting.
what I'm
That's
talking
why
about.
it's gambling,
I'm talking
Stewie.
about the Tennessee part of it. But hey.
No, I'm all in on Tennessee.
Plus 8.5?
I don't know.
You took the money line for them to win the game. I would take the money line for them.
Yeah.
Tennessee's 8.5.
They
they?
open there.
Yeah.
They open there.
Are they still?
We'll see.
You should know, Lloyd.
Joshua Dahmer is
I bet
here.
money line with you.
Hey, hey.
I got just win, baby.
Just win, baby. Should have took Georgia. Tough for you.
That's going to be a fun game to watch.
Yeah.
Georgia is,
CBS, right?
yeah, really, really good. Tennessee is looking really good.
They are really
It's going to be a
good.
fun game.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee looks great.
Yeah.
All right, let's go up to New York City. Nathan Velasquez checking in just like he does every single Friday here with us. Nathan, it is LSU Bama weekend. I'm sure you're fired up. How are we feeling up there?
Ever since I moved away from Louisiana, it has been a weird thing. Every season that goes by, I'm a little bit more like, put the LSU game on. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing tonight? The LSU game's got to be on. So no, I'm pumped. I can't say I know enough about what's going on behind the scenes to have like a full on take. But I mean,
nobody expects that. Nate.
Can you really count? Can you really count LSU out? Like, is it that type of thing? I mean, it feels like there's a chance here. Is there not?
No, I think that's
crimson.
I think that's the sentiment down here. People believe it to be a 4-quarter game. Not ready to jump out on a limb and say they're going to win it, but they'll have an opportunity, and I think that's I mean, in a 4-quarter game, LSU Bama. If somebody had told you that 2 months ago, I don't think you would have believed it. But you take it now, the Friday before it. Nathan, how was Halloween?
It was great. It was great. And Katie, this actually is not crimson that I'm wearing. This is Chalet. Okay, it's the red of West Ham. We need some Premier League representation on this show.
There you go.
But Halloween was awesome. Halloween was awesome. No, I did. I kind of went middle of the road with the costume. Like I went ahead and went out for a West Ham jersey. That's my team. So I was like, hey, I'm going to someone from West Ham. I'm a striker.
I thought y'all crushed
it was good. It was great. It was great. Leanna Wynn is Holland. Of course, she's going for the New York team. Holland is a beast, although he's currently killing my fantasy league right now because he's injured. But whatever, that's fine. Yeah, it was awesome. It was great. How was everyone's Halloween over there?
It was great.
I do apologize to Josh. I kind of led him astray a little bit. He was texting me for some Halloween movies, and everyone I would send to be like, I watched that. It sucked. So I apologize there, Josh.
Hey, you're 1 or 2. Barbarian was, and he mentioned it last week. And if you guys haven't watched Barbarian, it is.
It's on my list.
Holy crap! The acting's great. The writing is great. It is incredibly.
I was scared to watch it.
It is incredibly freaky, but in like that weird way that me and Jordy were talking about. Like it is a realistic, freaky,
Gross.
which is really, really great. And then you let me down with Malignant. It was kind of I had to turn it off.
You have to finish. You have to finish Malignant. The first half of it is kind of. Yeah, go ahead.
And I don't normally do that. I watch. I'm that person I will go through.
Fight through.
I will fight through the book. All 400 pages, and I'll be like, that was worse.
And you couldn't finish it?
And I couldn't. No.
Wow.
I didn't even finish my glass of wine. I put that in the sink as well. And I said,
my God.
As well?
What?
Put the movie in the sink.
Yeah. I was
Get
like,
this out
I'm
of
done
here.
with this
Dump it
movie.
Get me out of here.
Everything's in the sink.
Everything is just in the
You
sink.
took the Apple TV, just put it into the blender. Just get rid of it. This is wasting so much of my time.
Nathan, what was your reaction to Heidi Klum's Halloween costume?
That was one of the most unnerving photos I have ever seen. Have y'all
Stewie, you
covered
got
it
that?
on the show earlier
We
this
talked
week?
a little bit. We just said she was a worm. We're pulling up the picture now.
Man, yeah, that was.
It is one of the weirdest things. And if you can find, they've got like videos and photos of her going through the process of getting ready for it. Apparently she does this every year. But it's not even like it's not like a horror costume. But just the way that they went about doing this, I feel like this is one of those things that's like in your dream, you'd just be like at a dinner party and then you'd see this thing standing like in the kitchen staring at you. And it's like, what the shit is that? Like, it's such like out of left field Halloween costume stuff. But when I saw it, it was like, that wins. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a Halloween costume that scary.
It is.
It was weird. Yeah, it's really.
Look at that thing.
It's disturbing.
It
Really.
is. Where is
That's
she?
very disturbing.
Yeah.
Her face is like.
And that's her husband right there as a fisherman. So the line is connected, and there's videos of her just wriggling around on the floor. It's like, who Whose idea was this? That's so strange.
I mean, she
That's
said
just
it
so
was going to be
strange.
the best one yet. I mean, she prepared everyone for it, but I was not prepared for that.
No, it's a type of thing you kind of come out with, and you got your friends and family there, like, "Are you okay?
Yeah,
what,
it is like that.
You thought of this? Like, what's going on here? It's a little strange, but props to her. It's good.
One more on spooky season, Nathan. Is Friday the 13th, did I read this right, that is one of the streaming services putting this back into production?
Yeah, so NBC with Peacock, they're going to put a prequel show that they're creating right now, and it's going to come out, it looks like, next year. So Friday the 13th is getting a prequel television show. And first of all, I think that Friday the 13th is very overdue, kind of getting a revisit. I feel like in terms of like the Mount Rushmore of horror, we've got a lot of Michael Myers, we've got a lot of Freddy Krueger, we've got a lot of Leatherface. We haven't really gotten a Friday the 13th movie in a really long time. And they're putting A24 behind the creative of it. Like, the company that has done Midsommar, The Witch, Pearl, X, Hereditary, like some of the creepiest movies of the last 5 years. That company is making a Friday the 13th prequel. That was very confusing, but it's exciting. I think that Jason Voorhees has deserved a little bit better, and it could happen. That's exciting. I hope they pull it off. I feel like this is overdue. I think it's exciting.
At one point, Louisiana felt like the one of the centerpieces, if not the centerpiece, of the movie industry, of the film industry, within the last 10 years. It has now shifted away from Louisiana, now over to like places like Georgia and back to California.
Yeah.
But there is 2 Louisiana films that are in production with Apple right now. What's going on with these films?
Yeah, so Apple is, first of all, a little background. Apple's the first streaming service to have figured out how to get an Oscar. There was a lot of kind of trepidation whenever streaming services really did a push for making movies, making TV shows. I mean, famously, Steven Spielberg said, like, Netflix does not belong at the Oscars. Now, Steven Spielberg has a deal with his production company to make like 12 movies over at Netflix. But Apple was the first one to actually get that notoriety, reach that level of respect where the industry is like, your business is sound. The movies you're making are the first ones that reach like what we consider the high quality benchmark of being like a full on production. So last year, Apple kind of proved that they're kind of the front runners when it comes to the respectability in the industry. And this year, the 2 movies that they are pushing for their awards for the Best Picture Oscar so far are Louisiana-based movies. The first being Causeway with Jennifer Lawrence, who is always, she has not made movies very frequently. Whenever she does, they're kind of these huge performances, kind of, how would you say it? I don't want to say issue-based performances, but just she lives in the role very much, becomes the character, just seen as kind of like a newer type of Meryl Streep level of respect. And if you watch the trailer, this movie actually comes out today on Apple TV. The first shot is of the Superdome. It is a movie about an Afghani war veteran who had a brain injury and comes back home to New Orleans to kind of get to the next step in her life. Like, it seems like Apple is putting this out there as like for your consideration of Best Picture filmed in Louisiana. And the next one comes out December 9th, and Josh is going to be in it, is Emancipation, the new Antoine Fuqua movie. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly, with Will Smith. It's a $120 million movie. The stories are that it is essentially an epic set in the 1800s, and it's another one that Apple is really pushing this. These are their 2. We want and are going to win another Oscar. We're going for 2 in a row, and it looks like they're pushing Louisiana movies as the spear that's going to get the award, which is exciting. It's very cool.
That's pretty cool, bro.
You're in it,
Yeah,
Josh?
you remember
man.
he was in the Will Smith movie?
Yeah. Remember y'all made that Oscar slap joke?
No, I don't remember this.
Yeah.
I did not know you were in this movie.
Maybe if they win an Oscar, I'll get some respect around here.
Okay, maybe I wasn't here on that Friday. I feel like I wasn't.
Maybe not.
That was when I was in
Maybe.
New York, I think.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll be in that. It
Congratulations.
comes out on my birthday.
That's
December 9th.
amazing.
Let's go, buddy.
Big 40 too.
A movie in
Meant
Louisiana?
to be. There's a Zac
Huh?
Efron movie happening here right now, right? I'm looking for
Somebody
it.
said there's a Zac
Really?
Efron movie.
Yes, and they're looking for
being
extras.
shot on like LSU's campus.
Yeah, and I
Really?
think they were doing something on Florida
Whoa.
Boulevard yesterday. If y'all know how to get me in,
Is
on
that I
as an
saw
extra.
I saw something on
Josh.
Twitter of
Sure
Zac
you do.
Efron in like cut off jean shorts and a mullet. People are like, Baton Rouge does that to you. I didn't realize that he was like in Baton Rouge filming in that photo.
They do.
That's cool.
there's
Zac Efron's in a cool stage. He just wants to
He
have
is.
fun, it seems. So that's cool.
I'd like to have fun.
Yeah,
with it.
there's a lot. We're definitely
Make it happen.
second out to Georgia, but there are still a lot of productions,
Yeah.
and I think a lot of series are finding it, so they can have multiple seasons, have a home base down here. You find a lot of places like that use those old warehouses in New Orleans, so they can actually take the property and convert it and have a full-on set for however many years that they run. Right, Claws was like a big one. The cop one, I was on that one too. Why am I blanking?
Is that NCIS?
There
New
we go.
Orleans? Is
Thank
that?
you.
Am I saying that
Yes.
right?
Yep,
Look at
NCIS.
Nathan with the save.
Yes. Whew.
Nate, Avatar 2's trailer came out. What'd you think about it?
Okay, this is the big story. Like whenever it gets into movie like finances, making money, like this is an exciting story because the stakes are very high. Yeah, the trailer came out. It seems like a lot of people are interested. It's hard to gauge online how much interest there really is. It feels like Avatar is in this weird place. It's been 13 years since the last one came out. After like 5, 6, 7 years, it was kind of like, Avatar. It was more of a joke how long it was taking to get the thing made. And now it's like riding the nostalgia wave almost. It feels like it's been that long. But right now, the first thing you have to think is, will Avatar get enough interest to be the highest grossing movie of the year? The competition is Top Gun Maverick, which is like at $714 million right now. Right after that, you've got Doctor Strange at $411 million. So that's a huge gap there between 1 and 2. It's also showing like not a lot of people have gone to see Top Gun Maverick. People have not really been going to see a lot of movies.
Yeah.
So the question is, how much interest is there? Is everyone going to show up in huge numbers again to kind of be the number one movie of the year? But of course, the bigger thing is the highest grossing movie of all time is Avatar. What is it? It's at it's just over $2 billion right now, the first Avatar movie.
Dang.
Like, even if this movie, the second one, makes $1 billion, like, is that going to be seen as a failure? Like, they've already signed on for another 3 of these movies. Like, I'm just amazed at just the expectations that this movie has. It's unreal. I would be terrified if I don't know if James Cameron is terrified. He seems a little bit of I don't know. He seems like he probably wouldn't be. I'm sure the studio is pretty terrified. And I don't know that I am excited about Avatar 2. I'm going to see it. I'll probably end up seeing it twice if it's, as spectacular as the first one. But that's kind of the story that I'm almost more excited for. Is this movie going to be able to match what it did last time? And I mean, it's possible. James Cameron has surprised people before. 3 of the highest grossing movies of all time, the ones in the, like, what is it? It's like the $1 billion club. You've got Endgame. The other 2 are James Cameron movies, Avatar and Titanic. So he's done it twice. Is he going to be able to do it a third time? I mean, I really don't know. And I don't know. That's an exciting story if this movie's going to make $1 billion. We'll see.
The 5-Minute Critic. Hit him on YouTube. You can catch him here every Friday. Nathan Velasquez. Thank you as always. Have a great weekend.
Later, Nathan.
Y'all too. See y'all later.
Bye.
All right, there he is. Nathan Velasquez checking in this morning for the 5-Minute Critic. Remember, daily, we're brought to you by RMB Builders. Rhett Bourgeois and the crew, rmb-builders.com. If you want a custom design home, if you need some reconstruction done around the house or remodel, then get in touch with RMB Builders. rmb-builders.com is where you can find them. You can also hit them on social media. They got a great Instagram right now, RMB Builders, RMB-Builders. We'll be back. We're eating with Josh, and we'll make our selection before we get out of here at 9 a.m. this morning. I'll make my selection at 9 a.m. this morning. Before we get out of here at 9 a.m. this morning. And we'll be eating compliments of Iverstines when we get back here on the Jordy Culotta Show. Getting out of here at
9 a.m.
9 a.m. this morning. Brought to you by Go Chevrolet.
Looking to book a dumpster but no idea how? We've made it quick and easy for you. Check out our website at moralesrolloffs.com. Let Morales Roll-Offs know your desired delivery date. And finally, provide your contact details. To make payment, look out for an email invoice with all your booking details. On delivery day, our driver will notify you through text and email that your dumpster is ready and on the way. Now you know how easy and convenient it is. Call Morales Roll-Offs at 225-427-0000 for your dumpster.
Hey Baton Rouge, when traveling through Natchez, Mississippi, whether you need to fill up your vehicle or your belly, stop by Go-Mart and On The Go Deli. Go-Mart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you might need on your trip. So stop by Go-Mart at 4 Sergeant Prentice Drive as you're entering Natchez on the left, and visit Tom and Wright Granning and their awesome team at Go-Mart.
Don't let the name fool you. Men's Total Health has offerings for the ladies, too. Guys, is your wife or partner suffering from urinary incontinence, low sexual desire, or pain during sex? Then the O-Shot might be for her. Don't let it scare you. It's totally natural. It's PRP. And Mike Roach and the crew at Men's Total Health will make you as comfortable as you can be. Contact me for more information, Katie at JordyCulottaShow.com, and I'm happy to tell you everything that Men's Total Health has to offer for the ladies.
Do you suffer from chronic dehydration? Are you looking to improve your athletic performance and you need to get over and see our friends over at GoFlow IV? They're located on Jefferson Highway. Easy to find them online at GEAUXFlowIV.com. Make sure and use the promo code Jordy Culotta Show. If you do, they'll take 15% off of your initial visit. Check them out online, GEAUXFlowIV.com. Donaldsonville Glass and Body, trusted name in frame, body, and automotive paint repair since 1977. They have served their customers for over 45 years. You can find them online at dgbauto.com or stop in and see them Railroad Avenue and Division Street out in Donaldsonville, Louisiana. Look, they can help you with your insurance claims. They can make the repair process as stress-free as possible. I'm speaking from experience here. I've got numerous windshields, body repair, all done by Kenny and the crew over at Donaldsonville Glass and Body. They are, without question, the most well-equipped shop in the area. Stop in and see them today. Shop them online, dgbauto.com, or stop in and see the crew over in Division Street in Donaldsonville, Louisiana. Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Hey fellas, it's Jordy Culotta for my friends over at Men's Total Health. Guys, do you suffer from fatigue, decreased libido, erectile dysfunction, weight gain or loss of muscle mass, signs of depression, anxiety, hair loss, mental fog, general loss of interest? Then you might be suffering from low testosterone. Go see my friend Mike Roach and his great team over at Men's Total Health, over in Metairie at menstotalhealth.net online. Stop in and see how they can change your life today. A simple shot and some knowledge from Mike Roach can get you back up, moving with your energy, get your sex drive back, build your muscle mass, make you feel young again. All online, menstotalhealth.net. Red Stick Sports, a local staple in Baton Rouge to all sports fans, was founded back in 1981 and has remained a family business for over 40 years. Today, they still have the great selection on the floor, but they're also a leader in custom apparel for businesses, sports teams, and other groups. Take it from us, everybody over here at FM Digital Media. They help us out with all of our apparel. Let them help you out today. Go ask for Cody over at Red Stick Sports. Check him out online at redsticksports.biz. I was embarrassed about my smile. Are you unhappy at yours? Do you not smile back at yourself? I called my friend, Dr. Spillers, over at Johnson Spillers. He fixed my smile, and now everywhere I go, people are complimenting it after the work that Dr. Spillers and the staff did to my mouth. They can do it to yours. Get in touch with them. JohnsonSpillers.com. 2 locations, one in Gonzales, one in Baton Rouge. Easy to find them, JohnsonSpillers.com. We love the crew over at Fresh Chef Kitchen. Chef Shane and his crew dropping off the meals every Monday here to FM Digital Media, whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner. Me or the crew's going through our meals over at Fresh Chef Kitchen. Their weekly pre-order freshly made meals, or you can walk into the cooler over there on Airline Highway. They have that fresh, same service over there at Fresh Chef Eats. FreshChefEats.com is where you can find them online. Fresh Chef Kitchen. Tell them you heard it right here on the Jordy Culotta Show. Are you looking for sound financial advice? Then get in touch with Daniel Newman of Edward Jones. You can call him today at 225-261-8262 or email him daniel.newman@edwardjones.com. If you're planning for retirement, saving for college for children or grandchildren, or just looking for sound investment opportunities, get in touch with Daniel today, 225-261-8262, located on Magnolia Square Drive in Central. Daniel Newman of Edward Jones.
Hi, this is Dan Canterbury. Join myself and the legend, Coach Skip Burtman, for Hold the Rope Tuesday nights on YouTube. You can go to @HoldTheRope, Skip and Cano. Skip, tell them what we do.
We've got a lot of education. We've got some people that can tell you a lot about a lot of things. In the area of sports, we have a lot of entertainment. We got a lot of energy putting this in. I think you'll like it.
So join us for Hold the Rope.
Yeah, now a little po' boy, and yeah, the horseradish mustard is. Oof.
All right, welcome back here to the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered by Ghost Chevrolet, as we eat some sausage po' boys, compliments of our friends over at Iverstine's. Joshua, what are we eating?
Sausage po' boy. I made them up traditional. Yeah, I made them up traditional. Let me know. I want to hear what is okay, because I thought Lloyd, of course, took everything off except the mayo, and I said, well, you're not even eating a po' boy.
Well, I ate the sausage also.
Yes.
I didn't just eat a mayonnaise sandwich.
I totally started over.
And he started over, and I made it traditional. I went with the mayo, tomato, and lettuce on sausage, on actual French po' boy bread. So that's where I went. So what is acceptable? Is it okay? Like, we realize you can't put cheese on jambalaya, but can you take these things off of...
Po' boys. Oh, you're asking if it makes it still the same.
Yes.
I still think as long as you're in the same vein of a po' boy.
So I'd like this one I would like to know.
No, that's what I'm eating.
This is our house-made Cajun smoked sausage, which goes perfect in everything. Po' boys.
Spicy.
Yeah. I love
jambalaya.
red beans,
Jambalaya.
jambalaya.
Wetness. You should try that.
Man,
I got it plenty wet.
This is...
The combo of the bread and the sausage.
Yeah.
Wait, did you say you put cheese on jambalaya?
He did.
Oh, you finally picked up on that,
Yeah,
did you?
I was like...
What type?
Cheddar. Shredded cheddar.
Wow.
He tried to make it like a chicken.
He's a Yankee, bro. Let him off lightly. Let him off lightly. Let him down.
Well, that's what
lightly.
I'm wondering if we can.
That's the ultimate,
I mean, he's a Canadian, for God's sakes. He's from the fucking edge of Minnesota. Give him a break.
It also came out of my crock pot, so.
Right.
Oh,
I'm stoned,
good
and I just want to try.
Yeah, did I?
What's wrong with that?
So when I first started dating my wife, I went to go meet the parents, and they're Cajun, and this is great. And I brought over a crock pot jambalaya
with cheese.
No cheese.
And I got the cheddar.
But when I'm very happy that my in-laws ate a bowl. And was very nice enough to just say, yeah,
where's
not bad.
the dog?
Yeah, but I think the look on my father-in-law's face when he saw that it was still white as rice, you know what I mean, out the bag white, was kind of like, this is gonna be, because it's in a crock pot, and I didn't know you could use that. What is that, browning?
Right, yeah.
I
Like
don't know either, so.
A Dutch oven?
No. It's a
I
little
know you're
liquid.
talking about. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Like make a roux?
Like a broth?
For jambalaya.
Well, yeah, you pour in your little.
Yeah.
It's a little brown bottle, stains everything. So like no tomatoes. This is just kind of really strange. You still live at home?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, usually, what does that mean? Do you?
I figured this out.
Wherever you live is your home. But no, we were saying at the break, it's only, I think me and Al Michaels are the only two people that have never had a vegetable. I just kind of never really.
There gets to a certain point where, like
where
people,
you are who you are.
Well, yeah, you are who you are. But I have like friends, and it's like we go out to restaurants and they don't want to try anything. And it's kind of like, oh, you're an adult, like let's have some experiences in life. Expand, and then find out if you don't like it. Like, hey man, I tried Brussels sprouts cooked this way; they were not good.
Yeah,
that's respectable. But someone brings you out something new you've never tried.
Well, I know what lettuce and tomato are. That's not a new food for me. It's very aware of what lettuce and tomato are.
Yeah.
Oh no, see, that's where
you have chicken fingers here.
I would still get them.
I'll remember that next time. My brother was always that way. When he was growing up, he would have a cheeseburger and French fries everywhere we went. We'd be out somewhere for a fancy dinner, right? 4-star restaurant, the whole works. Grandpa picking up the tab, the cheeseburger and fries. It's like they're running next door to get the cheeseburger because it's like a French restaurant. Like we don't,
Well, and Lloyd's mom's a fabulous chef.
See, that's what I was gonna say. When we go out to restaurants like that, if we go out and mom always picks a restaurant that she wants to go to, I will try whatever they bring out.
Okay.
That's
even the vegetables?
No, they don't bring out food like that.
Vegetables are so good.
Different things to taste. They have vegetables in them. I'll eat it, but I'm not going to be like, oh, can I have lettuce on that? But if it has
lettuce isn't a vegetable.
However it's made, I will eat it. If I go to a restaurant,
lettuce is a weed.
Yeah, exactly. It's like grass, right? It's a weed. It's grass. We found a way that it doesn't poison us.
It's rabbit food,
and it tastes great with ranch, right? It's not. Vegetables, as I've gotten older, I've really gotten into
more vegetables.
Oh yeah, sautéed or grilled. I agree. There's something so refreshing because I think you just beat the hell out of your body for so many years in your 20s, right?
Yeah.
Even maybe now.
See,
my grandmother does fried eggplant medallions for spaghetti and meatballs.
Oh my goodness,
as a side dish.
Holy crap!
And it is.
I love that.
And you can't eggplant mushrooms. You real find that when you fry them or saute them or grill them, they really have a meaty protein taste to them, and they're just fantastic. I don't know.
Eggplant, Lloyd? Did you eat fried eggplant?
I've never had it, no, because if you go to an Italian restaurant, you have other options. So I've never tried it, but I'll get a chicken parma. You can't beat that. It's the same thing essentially.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Yeah, but
I could be chicken parm with about 3 dishes easily. Yeah.
Breaded,
fried. If you could fry anything, and anybody will give it a taste. Fry a truck tire and be
it is true. I love a fried pickle.
Chewy, but it's good.
Frog legs are great.
Frog legs are great.
They're
great.
I
can't. Nope.
See?
You live at home?
Yay! You got him.
Hey,
cut him.
Hey!
You see, he is human.
I tried them. All right, I've had some crazy coon asses bringing me cracking squirrel skulls, eating brains, frog legs. Don't like it.
It's like eating udon.
It's like chicken. It's like
a little fishier.
Tastes
there you go. Thank
rubbery,
you. Thank
rubbery.
you. Yeah. I think what it was, I tried it. I was like, okay, but I hate how it comes out. It's like the legs.
You know it's a leg. That's the visual's not good.
Yeah.
The visual's not good.
It's like those are two top of legs joining together, which we call the buttocks, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So there is a frog ass.
Frog glutes.
Yes.
Okay.
They got a great ass.
Great. I mean, athletes.
I
Constantly jumping.
hope use that thing all the time.
Every day is like that for a frog.
What's our excuse?
Big thing before we get, I know it's I hear this.
I mean, for God's sakes.
Yeah. Before we go,
6 minutes here.
I keep talking.
It's 9 a.m.
I keep talking about holiday meat orders up at Iverstine's. Let us help you out. I went in to go get the sausage today. I got the word from the man himself.
Nice.
Order your turkey through us. Every order comes with a free lunch voucher to bring back to the store and enjoy lunch whenever you want.
We did breakfast at Iverstein's Sunday morning, and then I did lunch at Iverstein's last week.
It's
Both
good.
Killer, bro.
It's good.
I mean, the selections, it's all fresh.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
That's what I like.
And most people don't know about
and it's
that
a
hot
cool
lunch
place
line
to
either.
sit down and eat.
I do have
Like,
a
I mean-
hot lunch line.
Like people are into that around here, and I talk to people
I
about it, and they're like,
agree.
they have a hot lunch line.
Hot
I'm
lunch
like,
line,
you have
yeah.
no idea.
Look, I am very set in my ways on places that I eat. I mean, just around town, just to go sit down and eat.
What's number one? What's your one seed?
My one seat is like Jay's Barbecue right here by the office.
Okay.
And I'll just kind of sneak off and go hit. But then like Phil's Oyster Bar.
Yeah.
Always in there.
Okay.
Building 5.
Building 5 is
little
good.
spot
See,
to
we
duck-
talk about
duck off
vegetables.
to.
Like I go
mean,
to
we're
Building
kind
5
of all in
and
the
I'll
same
do-
area, right?
Yeah.
But now Iverstine's is in it, bro, because of the hot lunch and
Wow,
the
yeah.
selections. You know what I mean? Zealand Street.
Z is good.
Always at Zealand Street.
Their meatloaf. Whew.
Yes. It was great. Me and Noah went there for
I
lunch
think
yesterday.
what I love too, you know,
I don't know if Noah breathed during our lunch. Licking the
Wait,
plate.
Look at the plate, yeah. The
You got like the mama's pot
I think
roast.
what I like the most about
Wait,
it
what?
too.
You got mama's pot roast and like cornbread dressing.
Oh, the pot roast.
We couldn't be more opposite. We went. I got a chicken breast, and I was like, I can't wait to see what Noah gets. I get what's the special of the day?
I'll take the left side of the menu. Hold the onions.
Is that it?
The hot lunches, you know, the breakfast. I also think it's great we don't bog you down with all these choices.
I agree.
Come in.
I love that.
Good, solid 4 options. That could be you're looking to try something new with the grit and rib debris bowl. Do you want just a classic farmer's breakfast? Do you want sausage and biscuits and gravy? You know, staples. That's it. I think it's great.
Because don't they say if you're a restaurant that does a bunch of things, that means you don't really do anything well. If you have a very small selection, you know that it's very good because that's all we're cooking.
Yeah, and it all comes in from back in our kitchen in our.
Are y'all open
slaughterhouse
on
too.
Sundays?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do brunch on Saturday and Sunday. Yeah.
Bottomless
Bill
mimosas.
Jr. said just got my steaks the other day from Iverstine and picked up one of the buttery butterscotch bacon cookies for a midday snack. And
Yes,
those are good.
those are so good. I haven't had them because I have a sweet tooth.
Oh, okay.
Which has led to
Well, so shouldn't you have one then? What do you
No, I can't because once
you start, what happens?
yeah, I can't. And
Watch
I
those peanut M&Ms on the way out,
dude.
though.
Yeah.
So I love that.
Until you
Now,
crack into them.
I'm the one. Every time I leave here, I dump half the box of gummy bears into my sack.
Yeah, that's really
because
good.
I can't. Like, and gummies are my thing. I like chocolate. I love a sour or a gummy.
Okay.
Wow, bro.
And I'll eat like
I definitely had you down as an herbal guy.
No. So and so I can't. It's like my wife will bring the sweets in or brownies or whatever. I'm like, you can't. We can't. I can't even have the Oreos in here.
Really?
No.
You just go crazy.
No. I mean,
You can't stop.
No. I mean, it is, and they have proven this why opiates are such a huge problem because it has
Well,
the
if you
same.
take
It has
opiates
the
and eat candy, you're having a hell of a day.
It affects the same part of your brain like
Absolutely.
sugar.
It might as well be a peanut M&M.
That's exactly it.
Motherfuckers,
That's
bro.
my. They
And I
they
ordered
get
us
me.
a
I
dispenser
mean, there's
for the.
2 of
well,
them
no, because
now.
I ordered a dispenser that we're gonna have that you just turn the dial and they come
And
in
then
your
they
hand,
come
so
out.
that we're not all reaching in there.
So you're the reason.
I look like a blue
And it
M&M
portions
today.
us out. We have to keep going back.
But the
like-
gummy bears are nice, but those little packs they don't do. So I have to like take half the stuff in my pockets,
pockets.
getting out of here.
The gummy bears, they squeeze you on the gummy bears.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
Well,
I
that's
agree.
what you.
I agree. It's like a Dorito bag.
Well,
trying to help your addiction.
You got the great Black Forest, all natural ones. That's why. Like if you would have went with the cheapo brand,
yeah.
you probably would have been.
You take all
But
of
there
these
is a
gummy
huge
bears.
difference. So I'm gonna talk about 2 things here real quick. One is the huge
9 a.m.
difference.
Cut his
in-
mic.
One
We
is the
found
huge
a tunnel.
difference
2
in
minutes.
gummies, right? There's a huge difference between the Circle K brand and
Oh,
the
yes.
Haribo. Yeah,
Yes.
huge difference.
Wow, you're passionate, bro.
And let me just say the same thing if you're thinking about your Thanksgiving turkey. There's a huge difference between Iverstine's farm, pasture raised. I can give you the address of where this farm was located. You can Google them. You can know where your food comes,
You
how
get
it's
to know your turkey
raised.
before you kill
Yeah,
it.
you kill
Is
your
If you really
turkey.
want to.
Isn't it Kentwood?
No, these ones are coming out of Indiana.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah. But we've been going there for 3 or 4 years now. So they're top notch. We get people who try them and then they're hooked and they keep coming back just because the taste is better with that kind of pasture and knowing where it's come from as opposed to
Why is it
any
so
sort of
slick?
competitor that is 10 cents a pound free turkey sort of thing.
Shots fired.
I didn't say names.
Yeah, no, I got you, buddy. I got you.
Give us a try. You won't be disappointed. And this year, free lunch voucher if you do.
IverstineFarms.com. Get on the Butcher Bundle today. All right, LSU Bama tomorrow night, 7 o'clock kickoff, 6 o'clock kickoff, Tiger Stadium. LSU right now is catching 12.5 points. They're getting 12.5 going into the game. Bama minus 12.5. 2 scores here. My selection on this game would be LSU to cover, Alabama to win. I don't think that LSU is quite there yet as far as getting over this mountaintop. I think the roster is just a little bit better on the one that's coming in on the opposing sideline. and I think this game is going to be a 4-quarter game down to the end. But I've got Alabama winning at 31-27 as this game goes down to a classic, possibly in year one for Brian Kelly and LSU. 4-quarter game, LSU-Bama with number 1 on the SEC West on the line. That's a big night here at LSU and in Baton Rouge. Enjoy it. Stay safe, everybody out there. Make sure and like, share, comment on the post before you get out of here. We're looking forward to a great game day weekend. Everybody be safe out there. We're compliments to Go Chevrolet every day. We'll talk to you Monday morning.
Test your drugs.